Greetings and salutations, good people. It's your man Fuzz Jax, and this is my first episode of Behind the Needle, and we got my man DJ Josh Stowe in the building. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good.
Good,
How
man.
are you?
I'm good, man. Man, good to see you, man. Good to see you.
You too.
So let's get started, man. I'm looking at the collection. It's crazy. So first and foremost, I want to ask you, man, how long you been collecting records? First and foremost.
Like steadily, over 20 years now.
Yeah.
I as a kid, that was really the only format, right? Growing up in the 80s. So I did. I collected then, but then I got to high school. CDs kind of became like ubiquitous with everything. So I ended up selling my records for weed in high school, but then I'd say around it's probably around 05. I bought 2 Techniques and a Vestax mixer, and I needed records, so I just started going on Craigslist, going to record stores, and that kind of got me back into collecting records.
Right.
I mean, even during that CD era, I was collecting CDs. I mean, I've always dug music.
Right.
So it was just, pre-iPod, when you needed music in the car, you had a big Case Logic case, not, so.
Dude, I remember the Case Logic.
Yeah.
You brought me back. So you were collecting before you DJ'd, right?
For sure.
For sure. Okay, that's what's up, man. So what kind of got you into wanting to be a DJ?
I think it's just having this music and wanting to share it with people. Really, I mean, it's the love of music, and it always it brings me joy to bring other people joy through music. And I play bass, but usually you're just playing one kind of, that's one genre of music that you're kind of stuck playing in a band, whereas I've got, however I feel that day, I can kind of express myself through that and hopefully turn people on to music they've never heard either, So, yeah.
So when you played bass, was it kind of like, was it a punk band or was it like,
or you my most recent band, I would say, was more like a prog band, but okay. I would say punk rock is what got me into music.
Yeah.
Like hardcore, like when I was, in middle school. That's really my first love of music. And then I would say punk rock. I got that same feel from hip hop, and that kind of segued into that as well.
That's what's up.
Especially in the 80s. They both kind of seemed like they had kind of the same attitude and DIY, attitude to towards music. And so yeah, it was just a like kind of seamless love of both of those genres of music.
I get it, man. So out of your collection, let me ask you this real quick. Out of your collection, what is, in your opinion, your most valuable, the one that you hold dear to your heart, that you can think of? Like, I know you got a lot. You have an array of stuff.
Yeah.
But like, if there's one record that's just sits in your heart, or several, or it doesn't have to be just one. It can be just a couple.
That's tough. Because it changes a lot. Probably The Head on the Door by The Cure. I mean, that's my favorite band.
Right.
That record just means a lot to me. It takes me back to a certain time in my life. So that's probably like my favorite record out of the collection.
Now let me ask you this: Okay, so we'll say like The Cure, is the one that grabs the heart. But what's your favorite hip hop record you think you have?
My favorite hip hop record that I have.
That's the go-to. That's the main go-to.
Oh man.
And it could be more than one. I'm just
Right.
curious.
Stakes is high. Yeah. And that just came back out on a reissue. So I got that. What else? 36 Chambers. Um, gosh. Raising Hell.
Oh,
Because that one takes me back.
yeah, I had that tape.
That was probably the first hip hop tape I ever owned.
That's
Was
crazy.
Raising Hell. So that one kind of takes me back too.
That's what's up, man.
I'm pretty sure I have 2 copies of that. Yeah.
So what is your process for looking for that hard to find record? Like if it's something that you really want to add to your collection that it's a must have, like what, and you can't find it here locally, like what steps do you take to find that one record that you need to add to the collection?
Discogs.
Yeah.
More than likely. Yeah, it's Discogs. It's it has gotten a little easier. I mean, I think it's still more exciting to find stuff out in the wild. But it has gotten pretty easy
to track it down.
Yeah. And I mean, so and sometimes that will, you're like, all right, I found the copy I want on Discogs. Now let me see what else this person has. It's so then I start digging through what they have. So then I may, it usually ends up being more than one record. But then it's like it kind of snowballs. It's like, oh, all right, they have this too. Okay, yeah. So and then I end up with like buying 20 records.
I understand that. Now let me ask you this though, like what has been the hardest find?
The hardest find. Gosh, what do I have on my want list
that you had to just like hunt down to find?
God, man. I don't know because it's been a while since most stuff out there, is things are getting more and more available. People are repressing stuff. I mean, Stakes is High was really hard. I did not have an OG copy of Stakes is High.
Didn't?
No, okay. And they did not reprint that until De La got all their rights back.
Oh, that's right.
So that was one like
right there, yeah.
I would look and I'm not going to pay $200 for a record.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, that has to be not to say that's not a special record, but
it's a lot of bread.
Yeah. So sometimes you just hold out for that record. And I'm not one of these like I need an OG pressing either. Right. I just want to listen to the music. Right.
You're just a fan.
Right.
First, you're a fan first.
Right. If I can find the OG, cool. If it's not astronomical,
it's not the end all be all.
Right. But I just want to listen to it.
Right.
And I'm not gonna like keep it sealed either. I'm gonna crack it open and play it.
Right. Right. So with that being said, so let me ask you this, because I always wanted to know, like, when it comes to like collecting records and for the people out here that don't really know, like, what, as far as being a collector, what are you looking for when you are looking for that record? Like
I guess it depends on, there's two different things that I'm looking for, or two different reasons why I look for a record. Sometimes it's just for pure enjoyment, right? It's not, I'm not thinking about making people dance, so that's for me.
Right.
And that's just, hey, like, this artist put out this new record, or sometimes I don't even know what it is, but it just seems interesting. So I might just cop it and see. But then there's the DJing side of it, where it's like, you do have to take into consideration, are people going to fuck with this? Right. So I mean
That's
that's a two different criterias there.
yeah,
But yeah, is this gonna make somebody dance? Or, that's kind of the DJ criteria.
yeah, yeah. Well, let me ask you this: who are some of your favorite DJs like you grew up listening to, or favorite DJs from groups that you remember from back in the day or currently?
Current DJs. I mean, current DJs, DJ Coco out of Japan. He's a 45 DJ and he's just a wizard. And you know me, like
Yeah,
45s or
that's your special. Yeah,
yeah, that's where I'm at.
that's where you're at, specialty.
So he's really dope. I mean, back in the day, it was like the Executioners. Obviously, that's a little different than making people dance, but I
Still
mean,
dope.
yeah, still dope.
R.I.P. Rock Raider, by the way, too.
Yeah, exactly. Primo. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think like who else. Yeah, I don't know. Terminator X.
Wow, yeah.
But I mean, I guess these aren't like
X was that dude.
necessarily like club
But
DJs,
these are guys that you followed and have,
right?
or a fan of, so to
Right,
speak, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and those are heavy hitters too.
all
Nobody
those
talks
beat
about.
junkie guys. Yeah, A
Yeah,
Track. A Track. He won the DMC like when he was like 15 or
yeah.
something.
Didn't he end up being Kanye's DJ for a
Yeah,
while, right?
yeah,
Yeah. That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. You rock with Cut Chemist as well?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yep.
I always
And
like
DJ
him.
Newmark
Yep.
from J5. Yep. Oh yeah.
That's what's up, man. So like, when it comes to DJing, like, what is your favorite type of vinyl to spin? Is it hip hop? Is it R&B? Is it a lot of people into the whole yacht rock thing now?
Right.
Is it 80s? Is it pop? Or do you just enjoy just spinning everything?
I like spinning everything. I mean, my first love with that would be hip hop.
Right.
And then it would. I guess sometimes hip hop, especially the hip hop I like, is
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily like dance music.
Right.
So I mean, I guess that takes a different night
Right.
than just like getting people to dance. I mean, I love, you know, I kind of love everything. If it's funky,
Right.
you know, I'm down to play it. I dig 80s music,
Yeah.
but I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s. So
Right.
that stuff, 90s hip hop and R&B too. Yacht rock's dope,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say hip hop's my number one love.
That's what's up, man.
So yeah.
Hell yeah. What? Let me ask you this. So, when it comes to DJing, what's your process as far as knowing what you're gonna play or getting the crowd hyped, or what do you kind of go through to set yourself up? Do you just look at the crowd and kind of feel it out, or you just pretty much have a guess of what they're gonna like as soon as you drop it?
I guess there's some forethought before actually going to the gig, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of know what you're getting yourself into,
Right.
right? Or what the crowd is expecting, or maybe you bill it as like, hey, this is gonna be like a funk and soul night, or we're gonna play 80s tonight, or you know, so that way you've kind of defined what the night's gonna be. But even though that's defined, you could have preconceived notions of what's going to work, and the it's not going to work. So you have to be able to pivot and figure that out, and you have to read the crowd
Mm-hmm.
really. So yeah, you can't go in just thinking, like I'm gonna plan this thing out,
Right.
and yeah,
You have to learn how to adapt pretty quick, right?
yes,
Right.
exactly.
Right. What's the best thing for you, personally? What's your favorite part about DJing?
Just feeding off of the crowd, the dance floor. People are, they're happy, they're dancing, like I think, we live in pretty stressful times these days. So when you can give people a little escape for a few hours, like
Right.
through music, like to me, that's like the best feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. How long do you think you're gonna keep DJing for?
Until I,
Until the
until,
hands fall off?
yeah, until nobody shows up, or I mean, even then, I'll still be doing it at home for
Right.
myself and my wife. Like that's what we do on the weekends.
Yeah.
That's why we made this little space right here. Like,
Right.
fuck the TV. Like,
It's
it's a
all
lot
about the
more
music.
interesting stuff in here than that. So yeah, I mean, as long as people fuck with me, then I'll go out and play something. There's an audience out there.
Right. What So you've been doing a lot of stuff lately. Let me ask you this. What is your ideal crowd? Like, is your ideal crowd people who aren't familiar um with some of the music you spin, that actually have love for music and not just hating on it, right? Or is it the old heads that pretty much vibe out and know everything you drop? Because I always like to do music in front of people who've never heard me before, just so I could turn them on to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as a DJ, it might be different than an MC. So I just want to know like what your thoughts were on that.
If it's a receptive crowd to that, that's probably the best thing you could hope for, right?
Right.
To be able to, because I mean, if you play the same stuff, just like you having, if you perform the same set every time, it gets old after a while. So, yeah, you don't, it's like any other, art. Like you don't want to rest on your laurels, right? You want to be able to change shit up,
Switch it
and
up a bit.
yeah, I mean, and that's the cool thing about music. There's always new music coming out,
Yeah, that's true.
and there's always, I mean, that's the thing about digging too. Even if it's not new music, you always find new stuff that you're like, oh, all right, yeah, this is dope. I don't know if anybody else has heard this.
Right. Do you how do you feel about the technology kind of sliding into the game now versus how you started?
So analog versus digital,
Right, right.
I have no issue with it. I mean, I think there's a time and a place for both, because there is stuff that isn't on wax, right?
Right. Yeah, facts.
So, and I think it is. I think it's making it more accessible for people to get into it, whether that's good or bad. I mean, not everybody can be a DJ, you know. So, you can
Yeah.
everybody can hit a sync button now, but eventually, I think those people get weeded out, and it's the people that really have passion for music that end up sticking around. And if that's the only way they can do that, then I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
And you know, I think it's great.
That's awesome. Well, let me ask you this, and this will be my final question for you. What advice do you have for somebody who's has a love and a passion for music and wants to start DJing, but is still kind of scared to get out there in front of a crowd and just do what they do? Like, got any words of encouragement?
Uh, like get whatever, like get a controller if you can't afford a set of turntables. Start really like building your library with intention, and practice, and get out there and get in front of people. That's really it. Everyone has to start somewhere. And the only way you can do that is by practicing and then actually getting in front of people and taking your lumps, right? I mean, that's like with anything, you're never going to be perfect the first time. You're really never going to be perfect.
Right.
So you got to be able to take those lumps, and then, you know, along the way, you're going to get some wins too and build your confidence up. So yeah.
That's it. Well, hey, look, tell everybody where they can find you at, man, and where they could, you know, holler at you online, or just where is DJ Josh Stowe online if I need to find him on Insta or anything.
Probably Instagram, and it's Joshua_Stowe, STOWE. That's really it. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me and dropping some knowledge and some gems, man. I appreciate you, man. You guys make sure when you see Josh Stowe play anywhere, you check him out. He's dope. His music knowledge is insane. Check him out. And he's a cool guy. So thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. This is
you.
episode 1 of Behind the Needle with my man Josh Stowe and Buzz Jacks. We'll see y'all.
Yes.